What's going on, everybody? Scotty from the Prepared Artist. Hope everyone's having a great evening this evening on a fine Tuesday or morning, depending on where you're located. Huh. Wonder why that did not update correctly on. The actual description of this is we're going to be looking at the game Citizen Sleeper for this Tuesday's indie game review. I'm not sure why it didn't update. I had the whole thing typed out. Hope everyone's having a great evening this evening. So this is a Cyberpunk game, come out a couple of years ago. They actually have a sequel out right now. I almost chose the sequel to review, but then I looked and people said if you're gonna review it, you gotta check out the first one. Okay. So yeah, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on with the channel. In the next few days, if you guys see my blue check mark disappear for a little while, it's because I'll be updating my profile with some new flashy new stuff, courtesy of Winnie Austin from Human Tech Art. Got a new profile picture, about page, got a lot of new stuff going up. And my VTuber model is ready. I just got to figure out how to work it. Get this clicked over on here real quick. Hold on one second. Still getting everything set up with the stream. Like I said, I don't know, it didn't update the stream info earlier, but we'll get that taken care of. So yeah, this game looked really interesting to me. I just had to kind of check it out because I love Cyberpunk. I love the Cyberpunk genre. All about it. Going on here. Swap this over. Hey, there we are. The first thing you become aware of on waking is disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting, minor, almost imperceivable, but always present. horseman waking when you yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in the body that was indisputably yours. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a flesh wound. The friction of a fingertip, all of a sudden the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach until you can't tell one from the other. Cold slips in behind around. Gamer boy, hey, how's it going? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping by the stream. Just checking out this Cyberpunk game. It's going well. Stretch, knowing that claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain at all. So this game leans very heavily on role-playing elements. It's almost like got a tabletop feel to it. Damn, I have it on GOG, waiting to get it on Steam. Oh, cool. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on the grim and heartless rock. Even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reached any destination. Wait for the cold. Yeah, this game's got a second one out. It's the sequel looks really good too. But I chose this one because everybody's like, if you play the sequel like and don't play the first one first, like you're just missing out. I heard it like really don't have a whole lot of characters from one another, but it kind of sets up the world and explains a lot. Oh no, it's not Cyberpunk. It's this game called Citizen Sleeper. It's like in the future where everybody's been like digitized and put into like sleeper bodies, operators. This is cool. Waddle in reflective folds of mylar blanket. Or slowly come back to consciousness. You just woke up a little while ago, so you're still a little groggy. I feel you. Sometimes when I wake up, especially if I take a nap, I wake up, I feel like I've like slept 1,000 years. Others still carry glassy wounds along the edges where plasma arc sliced them. As you trace the shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. Say almost. I really like the art style of this. It's very gritty. It's contrast to what's going on in the background. Very kind of sleek looking in the background. Happened to you many times? Yep. I feel you. New frames must have better preservation in Sub-Zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to whole plates on the inside outer locks in my time. Last living sleeper that came through the yard was a while ago. They didn't last. what happened to him. Ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation. I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you are just software, a rogue emulation, illegally possessing corporate property. You nod along. You won't know what's ahead, at least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. The body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNR wants to protect their property, but they can't keep hold of you. Well, then no one can. So I guess basically you owe the corporation for your body, so you're having to pay it back. Or they're just, you know, using you for free labor. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you are welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head up on there. You look like you need some rest, and with the Drago stalks back into the wrecks, his drone's already converging on a rusting hull. Plasma's flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Welcome to Irland's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. You wake up curled up in the corner of a container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. You still find this body strange and disjointed. Its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the Mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know after all this. Why does it matter? Why it matters. Escape. Colony, your indentured service, that's in the past now. No point digging through the fragments. You need a path ahead, a way to keep the failing body going. This is heavy story oriented. I'm almost getting visual novel vibes from it. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container, the Mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a container of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some distant powder. Yeah, gamer boy. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to pull the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into liquid. This reminds me almost like those old DOS games where they're all text-based games. Smell washed over you. Images from rest sleep come back to you, are bringing the station. Skills of the constellation of bright polygon shapes like angular suns burning in your mind. Interesting. Tutorial: condition, action, dice, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but you can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. That's just great. Let's see. Action dice. Yeah, it's a lot of reading. I did not realize that it was this much like in depth. It's almost like a visual novel, is what it's giving me, that kind of vibes. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending this current cycle. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can fill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy losses become condition loss. And your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Okay. My dog's barking in the background. Grego's. I don't like reading too much while I'm trying to play a game. Just give me things to smash, squash, slice, dice, chop, and shoot. I feel ya. Yeah, it's a different type of game. It feels like more like a tabletop role-playing game. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulders. His cache of sensors rapidly rising. How are you feeling? Yeah, it seems more like almost the actual gameplay so far is more like strategy, kind of setting everything up. It does. I don't know. I'm not even sure if there's any combat in this. We'll find out though. Other than maybe you're just like rolling dice or making a roll for combat, perhaps. I'm not sure. Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of the container out of the goodness of my heart. He looks away. Basically, they're scrappers. Occasionally pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what it comes is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few jets of commission based on what you turn up. Pulls a handful of small metal bars, air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we used to trade here. Crits, huh? So I see I got 14 people watching right now. I really appreciate everybody that dropped by tonight. What we're doing, we're just reviewing this game. Why does the stream keep buffering? My internet has no issues. Not sure. Let me check on my end. Not sure, like on my end it seems like it's playing fine when I looked at it on my phone. Shuffles his feet nervously. It is in 1080p. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. He shuffles his feet nervously. I wouldn't usually do this. My opinion is the best to do. Yeah, I'm checking it out on my phone, so I'm not sure. Not getting any buffering on my end. I'm not seeing the same thing. I got it pulled up on YouTube and on Twitch over here. I'm not seeing any buffering. Streamlabs would be YouTube's good, Nicole Cates? Okay, cool. Yeah, boy, if you're having issues with it, you could like try backing out and going back into it. Maybe that will help you. I'm not sure. But I'm watching it on Twitch on my phone. It seems fine. He told me to get to work, basically. Interesting. Where do you eat at? Empty container. What is this? Decaying scrapyard. It won't let me go there. Yeah, so I'm sorry about your brother friend, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I would try to go back into it, see if that helps. But like I said, on our end, it seems like it's doing fine, and we got it pulled up on wireless. So, I'm not sure. Maybe try restarting it. Let's see. Actions display information about their type, risk, level, and skill modifiers that apply to action. Risky, safe, condition loss. Basically, it's just giving you the options of things you can do. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extraction them means careful and input dice. Manual salvage. It's going to take some time to store it and cut your way through the towers of salvage. Even the rust hills hole can hide valuable components material. Extracting them means carefully cutting. Let's go for the safe. Yeah, my moderator on YouTube said that it's fine on YouTube, so. Like I said, I'm looking at it right here on my end, like, not connected. Here, I'll unconnect from Wi-Fi even just see. Yeah, I'm just looking. And Barazu looks good on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you, man. Like, let's see here. Pull that up again. Okay. Yeah, no buffering again. Hmm. Do some work. You know, make your life yourself. Tracking your drive to help you survive. You need to access corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise the escape attempt will come to rapid end. Find a doctor. Interesting. Don't have any upgrade points. Need to find some place to get something to eat. Risky. Negative outcome. Lost and found, you struggle to keep sense of direction. You sit in an alley exhausted with no idea where to go. That didn't work very well. Well, pretty much the only thing I can do is go down here. Danger. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. You can get a shipbuilder to notice he might be in. Let's try it. Well, I had a positive outcome for that one. So I got something. So let's go back here and end cycle. threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station. No, you feel the station like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Are they having a nightmare? Is this what's going on? You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. Close your eyes for a second. You feel it waiting there. All right, we need to find some food because we're starving. Let's ask for directions. Come on. Negative outcome. Oh. That's terrible. Well, that didn't work at all. Try this. Let's just try it. Let's just go for it. Let's see. Okay. Something only if he misses a payment or two, things get nasty. Back in business, every soldier knows they're always just one lucky all away from the next. Try this. Great, negative outcome. I am doing terrible at this, I think. Okay, let's call it a day on that. Let's wake up in the morning and try again. Probably starving to death. You follow the path of thread across the ring. Through these forms leap into a void. Information communication. There's so many layers, so many loops. Think all impossible parts. You begin to try. Focus on the threads. That's what we're gonna do. You understand why you instinctively chose the word thread when you first saw them. They're not single lines, but rough, fuzzy things woven from data strings of all kinds. Threads and nodes, passages, and puzzle boxes. One leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then the instinct tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again, see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions if they were tied around you. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Somebody's after you, huh? A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. Oh, you open your eyes, time is short. So this is the cloud, huh? Data actions allow you, so you can like hack into the network. So that's basically just going into the cloud, basically. I'm just gonna keep trying to get something from the market so I don't starve to death. Come on. Well, that didn't help anything. There we go. There we go. I like this person's little get up here. They're just selling a bunch of like stuff over their shoulder right there. Didn't mean to block the camera. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with bright salad and deposits in plastic trays. Stack of chips rattle in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment approach. Oh yeah, dude's got the food. Join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers. Back suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests. Best drink, comparing notes. Words cut through a heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn and you shuffle to the front. Emphasis speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Okay, cool, thank you. Smells almost unbearably strong as he cooks. The earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. But even as I guess like a shell robot, you still have to eat. Which is kind of strange. I know you sleepers, emphasis say while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Begin to tell him about your journey. Places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more. He smiles, but next time you pay. Slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner's side and shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades next time in the sleeper. Waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicate, sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You're back. You'll be back. Nice. So I'm not starving anymore. Yay. Next comes the call from the enforcer. Wait. You shuffle down the flickering hall toward the open apartment door. You keep your head down, shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You're thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcement on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying padlock. They have all made the long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizers, your body will. Basically, you gotta get some drugs to keep you alive. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Wait your turn, he growls. After a few moments, the figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Yoshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room is beyond, is bathed in warm light. Basic doctor's office. The doctor looks cool. I like her artwork. Or their artwork. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice. Might be a boy. Can't tell from here. I think it's a girl. Figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouths as if to speak. They blink and quickly regain their composure. The being turns a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to the eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed. I like the outfit. Like, it kind of reminds me of that Ghost in the Shell. The outfit that the bad guy at the beginning had on that was like making him invisible. How long you been on this station, they asked. You cycle. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your aesthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNARP doesn't like to see its property technologies let loose to prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping. They built in a process called planned obsolescence. So it's kind of like the people in the Blade Runner. I guess they have an expiration date. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer. Oh, that's one way that they get you. Of course, you got to take their drugs to stay alive. Kind of sounds like a modern system that we got going on. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer. They look up. Sounds familiar? Yes. Good, that may help. They swap to your arm. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people you know, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. So basically, she's saying that, or they're saying that the stabilizer is not on the market because the company won't let it out there. I'm sure there's some kind of black market, right? You have to stare at the back while willing to say something, anything. Beans turns to face you. I may be able to help, they sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. What's it doing that? Wait a minute. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside, you know, he works for my benefactor, Yadigan. They are influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers. They tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. Basically, I gotta go look for stabilizers. That's what it's basically. Why help me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dabbled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see you can see their face. The room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Well, if you mean the lower end, I wonder if there's like more of the ship that you can get to. Not 100% sure. But I know we're gonna have to go back and probably sleep for today. So it's an interesting game so far. It's more of like a visual novel type gameplay. A little bit of like dice rolling is what it looks like. Mixed with sort of like some strategy. I like the artwork. I do like the background textures, whatnot. You know, this game is definitely not for everybody though. If you're not into like the tabletop type kind of RPG kind of thing, you probably won't like this game very much. But you may, depending. But it's interesting so far. Like I do like the artwork. I do like the backgrounds. I like the music. Just from my initial impressions, it's something I would probably continue to play. Just because I'm fascinated by the story. I do like the cyberpunk genre and feel that, you know, it's the great storytelling atmosphere and device. But so far, I really like it. But like I said, if you're more into action type combat games, this is probably one that you wouldn't pick up. Did notice it says wait up instead of wake up. Hold on, let me catch you walks alongside. I just want to chat, that's all. Havenage systems engineer. Bang. But yeah, I do like the artwork. Having some banter back and forth. Some new person that you've met. Oh, he's trying to put moves on you. Fang puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch though. Don't worry, I'm with systems. Think of us as an administration associate for the eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerge as a response to or a continuation of Andre Aron's original union. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. He stops you in a quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity, and well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glanced around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need. Ooh, he needs you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. Interesting. Basically, you're trying to like scheme to escape this environment. Better go to work. Let's try it. Back in business. Oh yeah, we did it. What happened? Interesting. Trying to a debt called in. Trying to do that, but it's not letting me. Am I not hitting the right button? Just working a little bit, making a little bit of grit or whatever it is you call it on here. Starving again. I'm gonna have to go. How much grit do I have? I got 25. A cryo. See what this guy wants. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security all day. Gives you a look, you know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind you. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend too much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. It's a mess. The whole station's a mess. This is what I have to work with. He taps in nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. You know, it must really suck kind of be in charge of a ship like this. Because it's like, there's so much crap going on. I have to be able to handle, like, it'd be easier to handle if it was like a smaller ship. A lot less people on it. Built from AE1, the Solon built. We have to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer tires, subsystems, and whatnot. Basically complaining. That's all he's doing. He's complaining. Walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also we're making it into something new. Turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all the way around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. Sense right. They are tracking me. A lot of old growth in this place, subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay. Basically, he's asking you for help to do shady stuff in the cloud. Of course, I'm in. Let's do it. So he can pay me if I find some juicy stuff on the cloud. I have no idea what this is doing, but let's do it. Why can't I do it? What? I wonder will he pay me for neutral data? A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglock. I want it, let me do it. It won't let me do it. I need to go to pretend that I'm at work too. Derek Thomas 28. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by my stream. We're just checking out this game. Citizen Sleeper. It's very tabletop role-playing kind of inspired, almost like visual novel. It's pretty cool so far though. Hey Everstakes, it's good to see you. Been busy? What's up? Not a whole lot, just checking out this game, Citizen Sleeper. Like I was telling Derek Thomas here, 28 here a second ago, it's more like a visual novel slash tabletop old school RPG. Nice, I appreciate it. It's interesting. It's a lot of reading. I don't mind that as much, but if you're not into that kind of thing, you might not like it as much. It doesn't appear to have any sort of combat so far, but it did mention that you can take damage earlier, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. And I grew up with JRPGs, so I'm used to reading. It seems pretty cool so far, Everstate. I like the story. It's kind of like you're trapped on this ship. You're trying to figure out a way to get off of it. But so far it's pretty cool. I really like the artwork a lot. It kind of reminds me of some of the artwork in the old Shadowrun book. But yeah, I looked up the sequel. The sequel is actually how I found this one. Because I was gonna get the sequel, and then I was reading on Reddit. Some people were saying I should definitely try out the first one. Even though it doesn't have a whole lot to do with each other, they said it just kind of sets up a lot of stuff. Like, but it's interesting so far. It's pretty cool. Thought I had some data to deliver to him, but I guess not. Black Mesa, yeah, I did see the Black Mesa. I'm probably gonna pick that one up too. The Half-Life Black Mesa. Yeah, this one was $5.99 on Steam. I just happened to run across it and picked it up. But yeah, I'm surprised that it's only $2. Black Mesa anyway. That's pretty cheap. That's definitely worth picking up for $2. Interway is still dark. Push through the sheeting. Oh yeah, it's and arguably the definitive version of Half-Life 1 right now. Cool. It looked like she salvaged a little bit of the drug. Keeps you going. I've seen a couple of the old like D&D novels, or not novels, but manuals that had art style that was very similar to this. Man, you should see how they remade Zen. They made it 10 times better. Awesome. Appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. Suggest you sit on the bed. So basically, this is like kind of like in Cyberpunk 2077, like the immunosuppressants. You gotta have them to be able to keep surviving. Hills Vial would be like stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. So the corporation that basically owns you distributes the immune suppressor stuff. Did I sign up for the Firebreak tech test? Yeah, I signed up for it. I haven't heard anything from them about it. I got an email notification saying that I'd signed up for it, I think. But I hope to be part of the test. That would be awesome for Firebreak. I know I can't stream it and everything because of the NDA or whatever, but it'd still be fun to play on my downtime and that kind of thing. I'm glad you let me know that too, by the way. I have a habit of like downloading those and not looking at NDAs and stuff, so probably saved me on that. Although when I checked out what was that, Trinity, I did make sure that you could stream it before I checked it out. Sometimes people will allow you to even during a test like Mecha Break, they allowed you to stream it, but there's some companies that they're like, nah, you gotta wait. I signed up for a few games that a Lonely Cat sent me a list of stuff, or got a little thing, passcodes, which means one of the ones that I wanted to try out was this game called Chronomon, but I haven't heard back from them. At least the stabilizers are generally the only way enough for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying this syringe. Give it to me. Hit me with it. Hit me with the hard stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much a stress test, and a lot of content still hasn't being revealed to the public. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure they want to keep a lot of it like kind of not secret, but surprise. They don't want to spoil it for a lot of people. I can see why. I can understand that. Completely understandable. The beam cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses the syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. Uh, it says at the top now that I'm dying. That's not a good sign. A sensation begins to spread the sight, fizzing, trembling wave dispersing through your arm. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, it appears encased in shards of sparkly light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. Yeah, they surprisingly kept lots of things under wrap, including some explanation about what happened after Control, since the game takes place six years after. Interesting. I might have to go back and play Control. Sit back up, being sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of the slate. Stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how got again acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. You should rest some more, but you were going to have to do that somewhere else. Said you can't you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Once you need to pay for your next dose, silence fills the room and they return to their glowing state. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you've been out. Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. Savage. You manage to get your feet and wander out the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. So you kind of got to your senses a little bit now. Now we're going to go work. Alan Wake 2 takes place 4 years after Control, and the only thing we knew that FBC headquarters is still on lockdown. Yeah, I need to go back and play all of those games. Dragos pulled you out of salvage and set you. I'm trying to do this mission, but I don't know, it's not letting me. Yeah, I need to play Alan Wake 2 too. I played the first one briefly for a little while. The FBC Firebreak tells us that the headquarters is still fighting the Hiss for 6 years, which is explain the makeshift messy design of the characters in Firebreak. They're pretty much running out of resources. L1. Just hit L1 and I'm hitting L1. What is data? Go ahead. We're gonna go sleep, and then we're gonna go back and do some more work. Yeah, that's a cool cool universe. It's interesting. And starting to rely on object that has anomaly and makeshift weapons. I'm confused about why this is counting down and it won't let me. Ever sakes, if you got hit with something, I apologize about that. It's probably it's probably the Streamlabs filter. You can send me a personal message about what it is, and depending on what it is, I will take that off of the banned word list. It's an automatic banned word list on Streamlabs. Honestly though, you should be exempt from that because you're one of my you're on my regulars list, which is kind of weird. Starving. Gotta go get something to eat. He said, I don't even know what that got me a timeout. I can't believe it timed you out though, because it shouldn't be, because you and several other people are on my regulars list. Send me a comment. I kind of want to know what it was. Send me in a a message on X on a DM, like send me what it was that you said. That way I can know what to go back and take out of the banned words. That's funny. Streamlabs is out of control, like. I hope it didn't reset either. Streamlabs didn't. If so, I'm gonna have to go back and reset all these stupid moderation things. I don't know what it is with Streamlabs, but like every so often it'll reset itself. It'll reset like my moderation settings. It'll reset let's see, my microphone settings. I don't know what it is. I think it has something to do with maybe if I try logging into it with my laptop. Usually that's what happens, but that's pretty funny. I've actually been looking into trying another bit of software to restream with, or multi-stream. Yeah, because before too long, and in the next week or so, my VTuber model is done with, so we're going to be swapping over to using that. Excuse me. And it's gonna be pretty cool. If you guys check out my page the next day or so, yeah, and what I said is pretty much reason we get some insane augments like gnome that spawns storms then chases anyone, and a kettle that sprays hot water. That's pretty funny. A little gnome that spawns storms. And a kettle that sprays hot water. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. A gnome that spawns storms and runs around. Cooker scorched whole plates and bent structures spilling from holes with twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart by a violent encounter. We're scrapping a ship. Let's not forget all these are an uncontrollable anomaly too, so you can attack the player. So they can just like come back and attack you. Or attack other people. I don't care what happened to the ship. That's none of my business. I minded my business. But yeah, what I was talking about earlier is that I'm gonna be going. There's gonna be a lot of changes, especially to my X account in the next couple of days. So if you guys see my blue check mark disappear, I'm not dropping off the grid. I'm just changing a little bit of things on my profile, and there's that time period that they take your check mark away to make sure it's still you. So my VTuber model is done with. I've just got to get it hooked up and everything. Yeah, basically uncontrollable creates chaos all around. Yeah, that sounds like a fun dynamic. Terrorize people with it. Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg. So yeah, like my check mark's going to disappear on Twitter for a little while. I'm going to be updating my profile. A lot of stuff's going to change on there, but I'm not going anywhere. Just I'm going to try to be using my VTuber model for a lot of stuff now. Definitely check back. It's pretty basic. It's not anything extravagant. Not like an animal or anything like that. No jabs at anybody that does make their avatars that. I just wanted it to be, pretty basic, In fact, there's a lot of little animal avatar people. Alex on X, I think he's got a wolf. Like a lot of VTubers have animal related VTubers, cat people and whatnot, but mine's gonna be pretty basic, just a normal dude. That's what I wanted to present. It's gonna be cool. I think people's gonna like it. Winter Light, class, you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. Tutorial character upgrades. You completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu. This was a lot to have to keep up with. So you got to make sure they eat. You got to make sure they go to work. You got to make sure that they do all their tasks. At the same time, you got to try to gather information. Very tabletop oriented. Procedural, like tasks, that kind of thing. You heard the new Zach Cregger movie? No, I haven't actually. What's up with it? What we got going on? Called Weapons. The teaser really gave me goosebumps. Huh. As the main cast member and director of a comedy series The Whitest Kids You Know made a splash this year with the hit movie Barbarian. Combination of drama and mystery involved in storytelling, creating an interrelated multi-story horror epic of sorts. The film follows a classroom of children who get out of their beds and disappear one night without a trace. Oh, that's creepy. Scary. There was a movie very similar, or not a movie, but maybe it was actually a conspiracy theory, like kind of like documentary thing, where something similar happened to these kids in South America, and it had something to do with aliens. where like all these school children saw like this UFO or something like that. That stuff's scary. It sounds cool though. I might have to check it out. Fun fact, Jordan Peele fired his manager because the manager failed to win the bidding for the screenplay. It is that good. Yeah, that does sound pretty awesome actually. What was that? Let's see. Last movie he did. Him. I think Nope was the last one that I saw. But this one says there's one called Him. I'm not sure if I've seen that. And Barazu says the movie looks creepy. Yeah, the screenplay got sold for $11 million, which is a lot just for a screenplay. Oh yeah. That writer was getting paid. I wish I could write a screenplay and sell it for $11 million. I don't have everything I need to hack that, I don't think. It sold for $38 million. That's still a lot of money. Yeah, $38 million is a lot. They're making the next generation of The Thing or something, man. That screenplay of the movie, they're absolutely confident about this movie. Yeah, I mean, if they bought it for $38 million, they must know that it's pretty good. Nope, kind of freaked me out. Speaking of Jordan Peele. Circling like a shark, a wolf, entity unknown, astringent processing. getting attacked by some kind of cloud entity. Cthulhu cloud entity. Yeah, I still need to see Thunderbolts or the new Avengers. Although, like I said, I think they should never have done that. Like, it kind of spoils some of it. But, and I saw a still from it the other day that or not a still, but a short clip from it looked cool. The first teaser is generally unsettling, but at the same time, it gets you curious to why and what happened to the kids. I love movies like that, to be honest. Like, I like horror movies, like suspense movies, keep you on your seat kind of thing. I'm having like a psychic battle with this cloud entity right now. So there's nasty cloud entities that will get you out there, like Cthulhu, viruses, or AIs. Also, Kreger mentions that the mystery of the kids missing is not the whole movie. There's way crazier shit than that. Like, what is he cooking? Yeah, I heard another story that was similar to. They didn't get abducted and they didn't go missing, but it was like, I want to say it was somewhere. It was like in Japan, or maybe it was somewhere in that area, and all these children at the same time saw this entity at school and freaked out, and it caused like a mass hysteria type thing, and they said it was like a ghost or something like that. I saw this on a clip on a I think it was a conspiracy podcast or something like that a long time ago. It's supposedly a true story, but I'm not so sure if that's true or not. But it's an interesting story if it is. It's like all these kids at the same time experience the same thing. Soundtrack is pretty wild. Better go to work for a little while. Actually, it doesn't look like I have to. So. Go sleep and try to hack some more. Yeah, I saw a clip from Thunderbolts, and I was like, man, I wish I didn't watch that clip because it looked awesome, but I'm definitely gonna have to go watch it. Another friend of mine went and watched it the other day, and he said it was awesome. So I'm glad to hear that Marvel's getting back on track. Didn't help me out any. Crap. Yeah, Feige mentioned that the Thunderbolts was one of the first major overhaul projects of the studio. That's good. Good to know. Good to know they're getting back in business. Like, man, I keep getting these neutral outcomes at this. Like, that's not very good. Instead of getting something worth it. The earlier scripts was so garbage we generally dodged the nuke. I haven't heard anything about the earlier scripts, so they kind of like just to read them. But I want to see the movie first, but it doesn't surprise me. The thing is how Captain America went through so many rewrites, reshoots. They've been hurting for so long, I can see why they're kind of playing it safe. Going back to the basics, the drawing board and that kind of thing. Earlier script was that U.S. agent was the main antagonist and being deceived that the super soldier serum is deteriorating, and then he was tricked to inject something, and basically it's a Red Hulk bomb. Deceived by Valentina. Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't go with that. I like U.S. Agent. Like, I feel like that show kind of didn't give him enough credit. Like, he's a messed up dude, but you know, he's still, you know, still pretty cool. Yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't go with that. How the dice rolls. Go back to sleep. I like the music in this game too. It's very chill. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for him, that kind of development, and the story was kind of decent, or the story was kind of doesn't make sense. The script because of Brave New World, so it changed because of it. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Steal the dock plans. Explore the rotunda. I don't think we've fully done that. We don't want to steal the dock plans. Too early on for thievery. I can go to the bar now. See what happens if I buy a drink. Okay. Didn't hurt me too bad. Oh, mercenary's trying to hire me now. Hey, you want to earn a shit? He's like, want some candy? Across the docking concourse as she begins to split the plating into bundles. What is it with this place? She asks as she lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants their cut. Drugs. What can I say? My temper's a little short lately. I paid heavens enough. They're currently rinsing me for a mooring. I can't vacate unless I either fix the ambergris or sell it off as scrap. That ship we took in was hers. Oh, you said Remedy invited journalists and some content creators to the office to get a look at Firebreak. They're going to be articles and first impressions coming out on May the 14th. That's pretty awesome. Basically like tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. So we'll get a good look at it, hopefully. or at least a good first impression. A lonely cat, yo, hey, how's it going? You just woke up. It's good to see you. Good morning. Hope you're having a good day so far. We're just playing this it's a almost like a visual novel, very role playing RPG, Citizen Sleeper Cyberpunk. It's pretty cool so far. I like the artwork. It's very visually based. I haven't seen any combat otherwise or so far. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm doing good. Doing good. It's been a long day for me. Like, I haven't been feeling great the last day or two. I've been having a really bad runny nose. My son's a little sick, but other than that, summer cold, I guess. But I'm here checking it out. Checking out this Citizen Sleeper game. It's probably not for everybody if you're not big on like doing a lot of like reading or kind of role playing, like dice rolling and that kind of thing, because that's what it seems very much like. But I come from playing old school tabletop games, so get well soon for your kid. Yeah, he's gotten a lot better. Like, he's been coughing yesterday and today, but he told me today he feels a lot better, so that's good. I think it's just going through the house. Kids, like, when they go to school, they're like germ factories. They get sick, more likely I get sick. Pass the bundle plates to the Emery block. Pretty cool. But I'm only gonna be going for like a couple more minutes so far, a Lonely Cat. So, but I may be back on later on playing Expedition 33 later on tonight on Twitch only, not multi-streaming. But I was letting people know earlier, if you guys see my blue check mark disappear for a little while, I'm going to be updating my profile. I'm not going anywhere on Twitter or X or whatever, but I'm going to be changing a lot of stuff around with my profile picture. My VTuber model is done. I've just got to get it set up and going. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Ooh, okay. Awesome, yeah. Like, I got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow we're gonna do Wayback Wednesday. You'll be there for the Expedition 33 stream. Cool, yeah, definitely. I've been going around grinding on, like, when I'm not on stream, so that it's probably not as boring. Because, like, I just been killing the same enemies over and over and over again, upping my level a little bit, so that when I get to some of the bosses, it'll look epic. But yeah, and I've been applying to some of the creator program things you've been sending me on Twitter too. I haven't heard back from several of them, but hopefully I'll hear back from I really want to play that Chronomon game, and wouldn't mind a free Steam key for that. Oh yeah, the email sent out tomorrow with first impressions. Yeah, Everstakes is talking about Firebreak. They invited some people to their headquarters so that they could get a review of the game. So he was saying that a lot of the articles and stuff will be coming out tomorrow about it. So if you guys are interested in that, check that out. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Wayback Wednesdays tomorrow. I hope I hear back too. It would be nice. But we got Wayback Wednesday coming up tomorrow. We're gonna finish up Ninja Gaiden, and hopefully move on to something else. And then let's see, Thursday I've got a new article coming out. Friday, we're going to be doing something a little bit different on that build stream. We're going to be building some Warhammer Space Marines. I was hoping to get to it last week, but we ran out of time, really. But I was glad I was able to get most of that Gundam kit and Gunpla put together. And then next week I'll be on vacation for a little while, but after that, we'll be back and up and running, and hopefully things they're going to look a little bit different, but it's going to be a lot more exciting, I think. So, but I think that's it for this indie game review, guys. I appreciate everybody that dropped by so far. Let's see who we got out tonight. We got Lonely Cat, Everstakes, somebody else in here earlier. Let's see. Where's that? Let's see if it says on here. Yeah, I did. Everstakes, I did sign up for the Firebreak test. Oh wait, that's way up there. Hold on. You said later. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hopefully that's gonna work itself out, the Firebreak test and everything. And Barazu. Somebody was in here earlier. I can't pull up my chat for right now, but I appreciate everybody that come out. Thank you for coming out, guys. I'll see y'all later on tonight with Expedition 33. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Take it easy. Have a great evening. Peace.